Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone, how are you today? Okay, in this occasion, I will explain about the Korean tradition and then Indonesian traditions. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Umi Khafidhatun Na'im and I'm from group 1, and then my friend will introduce by themselves one by one after this video. Okay, before we learn about the traditions in Korean, so I will explain a little bit about the tradition itself in Korean. But actually, Korea is greatly influenced by the Chinese and Japanese culture. So, Korean culture, it is uh, not pure of Korean itself, but in Korean there is so many uh, there is so many Chinese culture and then Japanese culture, so they come to Korea by itself. And then actually many ancient Korean tradition survive today. There are Korean tradition including wedding culture, food tradition, traditional folk roasting or cereum, and then holiday tradition, and then Jangseng culture, and also the social custom and ethnic. So let's learn one by one. For the first is Jangseng or guardians of the Korean people. In Indonesia, it means like patung, right? So actually, Jangseng are extraordinary ranking status that stand as a protectors over the Korean people, sheltering them from harm in their village and on roads far away. So, and then the second ones, we learn about the doll heralding or stone status of Jeduli Island. It is about the fortress guardians. So standing tall as a watchful yet compassionate prescan, this experienced stone status serves and timeless guardians for the common people. Okay, and then for the next is about the cereum or traditional Korean horse riding. It is about an undying sport evolved to the modern era. A traditional Korean combat sport is like sport. Cereum has evolved from a survival tactic during the ancient times to the form of entertaining enjoying during the festival and holiday celebration today. And then for the fourth one is about the chestnut throwing and piggyback rides. Even though most of Korean people have a modern Western style wedding nowadays, but there are so many still people that use traditional costume. But actually, this is in Korea. This modern style, right? But there are so many people, there are still people when they have a wedding, when they have an event, they still use their traditional costume, like the traditional costume to wear in their event. And when they are use the traditional event, they are not alone, so they also invite the bride or the husband also of the children, and then family members and the bride also, they use the tradition custom. But for your information, the custom ethnic for the people, one of another people is different. So it is different, like with the wife and then the husband and then the children and the bride is also different custom. Okay, and for the next one is handpicking ones of handpicking ones of destiny. it is about traditions about a baby when he first birthday. So baby will sit sit in front of the many thing or object like a book, computer maybe, or something like that. It is about the things. So the baby will up pick up one of them. So the baby will take the thing. So when the baby pick one of the thing, so it is um will so the parents will design their future. So when they are pick a book, for example, the baby in their future will success on their career about the book, maybe on their job or something like that. Okay, I think that's all from me. So the next material will be explained by my friend in from this video. Oh, okay, the next one of this video. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Pradipta Arcadia K, student number 16008, and I'm here to explain the next explanations that is explained by my friends. That is South Korea traditions, and the fifth is handpicking one's own destiny. It is a baby's first birthday event, and the highlight of this event is a fortune telling ritual called Doljabi. And here, the babies will pick the objects that already set up by their parents. The example is like a book, and then stethoscope, piggy bank, and also money, and then pen brushes, or also microphone, something like that. Which each objects have like meaning. For example, book, it means that the babies will be smart, or the stethoscope, it means that they believe that babies will be a doctor. And the object actually can change over time in response to society's evolving perceptions of success. And then the sixth, Devi makes the answer stick. In Korea, there is a sunang. This is entrance exam, and actually, usually, uh, they are receive a gift from friends or family, and the gifts can be yacht. Yacht is a like traditional cherry like Korean candy. It's a sticky candy, something like that, and they believe when they eat it before exam, the material will stick in their mind, and then they avoid seaweed soup because they believe it will slip the answers. And then seven is the couple craze. uh, in Korea, actually, there is 3 days of like something like couple thingy. The first one is Valentine Days in February 14th. Here, the woman give like chocolate to their partners, and then a month later, the men return the favor to their partners. And then there is also a Black Day. It happens on April 14th, which is it is for a single, and they celebrate it with it jjajangmyeon. Okay, and then there is a number 8, soup that makes you a year older. Koreans have 2 birthdays. Their Korean birthday, which is celebrated on Solal, the Lunar New Year, and their actual birthday, which is like the day. And in the Korean birthday, Song Sil is celebrated collectively in Solal, as all members of the family turn a year older at the same time. And then Korean starts the morning of Solal with a bowl of tteokguk, a tasty soup of dish-shaped rice cakes in a clear pot. Traditionally, the white rice cake symbolized purity, and the custom itself was believed to bring good fortune for the upcoming year. And this tradition is common things. And then celebrations in Korea, they also have two Korean New Years. Uh, the first one is like the West, like people in the West, and then the other one using like lunar calendar. And in during this holiday, uh, in Korea there are some traditional that some people will still follow. One is to visit the oldest member of the family and bow toward them to show respect and wish them a long life. And then there is Lunar New Year. It is usually around February. People wear traditional clothes called hanbok. Hanbok. It also is a day relatives may get together. People exchange gifts, and then the children will definitely be happy because they are usually given money on Lunar New Year's. Okay, and then there is Independence Day. It happens on March 1st. This day represents that Korean declares that they are free from Japan rules. And then there is Chuseok. Chuseok is the same as the like harvest moon. It takes place in 15th day of 8th month going by lunar calendar, and it is a day where a full moon appears larger and may look orange. And then there is a Christmas. Since Christianity took hold in Korea, Christmas has been growing holiday. There as well, and it is little different than the in the West. Many young people will use Christmas as a day to go out and party, and then will spend New Year's with their family. And then there is also Hangul Day. Hangul Day, also known as Hangul Proclamation Day and Korean Alphabet Day, is on October 9th in South Korea. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Farahdila Anggita, my student number 16009. I will explain the slides 11 until 15. The first slide is meals. A Korean meal generally consists of rice, soup, or stew, and a number of side dishes, almost invariably among them kimchi or pickled vegetables. Other popular Korean dishes are bibimbap, bulgogi, and jjajangmyeon. And this kind of meal is eaten as a restorative, particularly during hot weather. Okay, the next slide is hanbok. Hanbok was the everyday dress of Korean for thousands of years before the opening of the country to the West. There are different hanbok for special occasions, such as weddings, baby's birthday, and 61st birthday celebrations. The next slide is about the traditional Indonesia. A tradition is a belief or behavior passed down within a group or society with symbolic meaning or special significance with origin in the past. Okay, we talk about festival in Indonesia. There are three. There are many festivals in Indonesia, but I will explain you the Galungan, Harvest Festival, and Selamatan. The first one is Galungan. Galungan is held in Bali, and on this day, The people of Bali invite their gods and goddesses to come down to earth and join the festivities. The festival goes on for 10 days. At some Balinese festival, the image of the gods as well as the thrones they sit on are carried down to the sea where they are giving ceremonial bath. And as Indonesian, we call it as Larungan. Harvest Festival. In Indonesia, there are many kinds of festive ceremonies and rituals that link to agriculture activities, from plant to seed to harvest, such as Serentown in Sundanese and Hudok in Dayak. These festivals originally held as well as Thanksgiving for the blessing of the abundant rice harvest, and also to pray for the next successful harvest. Okay, the next is Salamatan. Salamat in Japanese means safe from any harm and can also mean successful, relieved from any troubles or obstacles. The Salamatan is usually held at life cycle events such as a birth, circumcisions, engagement, marriage, and death. Okay, the last slide is about traditional performing arts. Music. The traditional music of Central and East Java and Bali is gamelan. Gamelan is a traditional instrument include gambang, bonang, saron, petik, gong, dengung, and many more. And dance. Indonesian dance reflects the diversity of culture from ethnic groups that compose the nation of Indonesia, for example, Riok Ponorogo, Ebek from Java, Saman dance from Aceh, Kecak dance from Bali. And the last one is drama and theater. The wayang show, the Javanese, Sundanese, and Balinese shadow puppet theater show displays several mythological legends such as Ramayana, Mahabharata, and many more. And in Javanese, there are begalan in a marriage tradition. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Pikky Pradipta Tilotama, student number 16021. Now I'm going to explain about Indonesian tradition, that is martial arts. The example of martial art from Indonesia is pencaksilat. The art of pencaksilat was created and firstly developed in the island of Java and Sumatra. It is an art of survival and practice throughout the Indonesian archipelago. Silat was used to determine the rank and position of warriors in the old Indonesian kingdoms. Another martial art from Indonesia is Tarung Derajat. Tarung Derajat was created by Haji Ahmad Derajat based on their experience as a street fighter. And now Tarung Derajat is used by Indonesian Army as a part of their basic training. And the next, I would like to explain about food. Most Indonesian people eat rice as the main dish, with a wide range of vegetable and meat as side dishes. However, in some parts of country, such as Irian Jaya and Ambon, they eat sagu and sweet potato. The example of Indonesian foods are pempek, nasi goreng or fried rice, rendang, satay, gado-gado, and karedok. Indonesian foods usually spicy, and it must be halal, conforming to Indonesian food laws. Opposite of halal is haram, include alcohol and pork. In some regions, there is also non-Muslim population. Non-halal food are also commonly served by and for non-Muslim people. And the next is the example of celebration in Indonesia. There are 15 celebrations in Indonesia. The first is New Year's Day, birth of Prophet, Chinese New Year, Day of Silence, Good Friday, Labor Day, Ascension of Jesus Christus, Buddha's birthday, Ascension of the Prophet, Pancasila Day, Independence Day, Day after Ramadan, Feast of Sacrifice, Islamic New Year, and also Christmas. And the last, I'm going to explain about craft. Indonesia is considered as the home work handicraft. Every craft has own uniqueness, style, and philosophy of crafting. Most of them are made of wooden, bone, fabric, stone, and paper. For example, Sumatra, it has songket clothes, and word art from Papua, especially Asmat. Jepara and Cirebon are the cities of furnitures, and the last is batik from Pekalongan. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.